After watching the last crazy movie, Iced, I decided to see what else that director had done, and he made a movie called Amok Train, which is a horror movie, so let's review it. The movie starts off with a group of American students getting the opportunity to go to Serbia, I think, and watch a passion play older than Christ about virgins. Everyone giggles and looks at Beverly, the only virgin in school. They go meet up with the tour guide, and basically the same thing happens. We also learn that their little pendant that's going to identify them is the same shape as a birthmark that Beverly has, and it's a pagan symbol for virgins. They are all brought to this creepy little village where everyone's wearing black robes. Beverly's put in one part of the village and the rest of the students are put in another. The villagers immediately try to burn the other students. They escape, all except for one of them anyways, and jump onto a passing train. One of the girls isn't able to jump onto the train in time, so one of the boys jumps off to help her. He injures his knee, forcing her to carry his dumbass around. After a quick argument with the conductor, Beverly finally speaks Serbian, talks to him, and he introduces them to the crew, some weird flute-playing dude that's on the plane, and gives them all rooms to stay in. Somehow the conductor, the engineer, and the coal stoker are all killed by the train with magic powers. Beverly's disappeared in the engine compartment and is hearing voices. The rest of the kids meet a gypsy that refers to herself in the third person, and they're trying to both stop the train and find Beverly. At this point, we're 55 minutes into the movie, and I'd pretty much given up. But then something beautiful happens. In a 10-minute period, the mean girl rips her own face off for no reason. The train derails itself, travels through a swamp to run over the two people that jumped off the train, and the main guy gets chopped in half. Can we just say greatest no reaction ever?
We're getting closer.
After that one last guy you saw screaming dies by jumping onto a railroad post, it's just Beverly. The train is stopped, the villagers are surrounding the train, and all hope is lost. But then, she sees the flute player across the room. The tour guide professor dude shows up in a horse-drawn carriage, brings her back to the town, and on the way tells her that she's going to be Satan's virgin bride, sitting on his right side, ruling the world with him, as envy, passion, and greed run rampant throughout the new, better world. She's brought back to the village, dressed all in black, and put on a pedestal for the ceremony. It is 12 hours later now. Unfortunately, I can't play this clip. It got copyrighted for music. So what happens is she's on the pedestal, an old lady puts her hand between Beverly's legs, screams she's not a virgin. And then there's a storm and lightning and wind and explosions. And all the villagers disappear, leaving Beverly just sitting on the pedestal by herself, confused about what just happened. Overall, first 55 minutes of this movie are horrible, non-eventful deaths of unimportant characters. But then stuff starts to get pretty crazy. There's blood and guts and people ripping their face off. Slow motion montages with classical music playing in the background for no reason. Heads flying. She tries to kill herself when she figures out she's an instrument of the devil. But then she agrees to be the devil's bride. Maybe just because she knows she's not a virgin and wants to see what'll happen. I'm really not sure. But yeah, stuff gets crazy towards the end. This movie is technically called Beyond the Door 3. It's a in-name only sequel to a 1970s Rosemary's Baby ripoff called Beyond the Door. This one is weird, man. It's just weird. Magic clothes disappearing. The flute player ends up being a dead monk from the 11th century. And he shows up in the airport so other people can see him, so I guess he's not a ghost. I honestly have no idea. So, what did we learn? Satan needs virgins. Does anyone want to make a movie with me called that? Mars Needs Moms was a movie. Satan Needs Virgins can be a movie. This movie gets 5 Boeing 747s out of 10 because the first half gets 0 and the second half gets 10. So it evens out to a nice round 5 for just plain nuttiness. Thank you for watching. Leave comments, criticisms, anything, suggestions for other movies to watch down in the comments section. And as always, I shall try to do better next time.